Okay, so today's topic is sales info by customer. So I'm going to focus on information one customer at a time. Um, we're going to hit on trends, I'll say both high level and also product level, and looking at a customer's sales history. I'm going to spend most of the time in Eclipse. I will go into MITs for a few minutes. It is not at all an in-depth presentation on MITs. Scott Vandekin, I know, is starting to do some presentations where he will take you much further into MITs, but I do want to show you a few things quickly in there. And again, MITs is also very powerful for looking at sales trends across all of your customers and across product lines. Eclipse, pretty good, like if you're focusing on one customer and you want to see some things quickly. So that's pretty much what I'm going to show you today. As I say, all my presentations, we have quick guides, little short how-to guides on different things in the T folder, and we have training videos like this one. Trouble finding either of these, reach out to me after the class and I will help you find them. So the first thing I want to show is AR inquiry. And if you don't have this as a shortcut, it's off of the AR menu and then AR inquiry. And from there, you could click User Tools, Add Widget Shortcut if you don't already have it. For my example, I'm going to use this Will Grow Services, kind of a medium-sized customer, I think. I like this AR inquiry because you get a really quick snapshot of the volume of business the customer is doing with us, especially in this upper middle panel here. We can see orders means open orders. So they have about almost $44,000 open with us. Month to date, we have $36,000 in completed sales. And of course, since we're in January, year to date is going to be the same figure. Some other information like their 6-month average here, when the last sale was. And then from this screen, you can click Inquiries menu and then scroll down a little bit to Customer Sales History. And this shows you month by month the sales dollars and the gross profit percent. Of course, we've only got 1 month in 2023, but it's also showing you a comparison month by month and then year by year. So what you can, if I want to look at kind of how we're trending with this customer, I can say, okay, for January this year compared to last year, we are down 17%, but let me get kind of the bigger picture. So if I click options, previous year, now I see all of 2022 and all of 2021, and then those same month by month comparisons and the grand total. So last year we finished strong. We grew 16% in sales with this customer. And over here in this difference column, we can see month by month. So actually, we really finished the year pretty strong with growing our business with this customer. Okay, now I'm going to go into MITs where you can see some of the same info, but also some more things. So one of the dashboards that I think everybody who gets set up in MITS has is this bill to customer scorecard. The one below it is similar, but I'm just going to hit this first one, bill to customer scorecard. Oh, you might have to filter, sorry, into customer scorecards first. Going to do that same customer. Again, Scott can tell you much more about MITS. I'm just doing a quick overview. But when you come in here, a lot of information. So in the upper left, in this little panel, we can see for the last 12 months, we've done $554,000 with this customer for that much profit dollars and 28% profit. For those of us who are visual learners, down here, kind of in the lower middle, we have a nice graph showing sales. That's the red line. And then the blue line is cost. But focusing on the red line, here's our sales across time for the past 12 months. You can click this open, make it a little bit bigger, and you can sit and you can hover. You can say, oh, what were we doing, last June? We did 71,282 with this customer. We come back here. Over on the left hand, again, there's more information I'm not going to hit on here, but a quick overview. Over on the right here, we've got the top product groups that we're selling to this customer with the dollars and the profit margin. And then in the lower right, we have declining product groups. So, for example, we already showed that overall we've grown with this customer, but we can see that, for example, we've dropped off with Fujitsu equipment. So Fujitsu equipment in the past 1 to 12 months, so the past year, we've sold 11,961 to them. But in the year prior to that, 13 to 24 months ago, we sold 22,646, which means our sales for that product line have gone down 10,684. Scott can show you how to get deeper with all of this, but I like that in 3 or 4 minutes, you can get a pretty nice snapshot of where we are with this customer, what our overall growth trend is, and then if there's certain product lines that have dropped off, can start to, think about doing more analysis or trying to figure out why are we losing out on these lines. Okay, now back to Eclipse. I'm going to show you, I think, 2 more things that are more order level, kind of more tactical, if you will. So let me go into an order I've already started for that same customer. I think most everybody has reorder pad on their toolbar in a sales order. If you don't, and you want to add that or anything else to your toolbar, you just right click up there by the menu bar, the toolbar, customize toolbar. And then there's a lot of stuff you can add for a sales order. But if you scroll down, reorder pad is down there pretty far somewhere. Trust me, it's there. Along with the next thing I'm going to show you, which is customer item inventory history. At any rate, I'm in a sales order. I click reorder pad, and this is going to show me the products recently bought by that customer. When you come in here, it may be sorted in one of a couple of ways. Most places in Eclipse, if you want to resort if you want to resort the rows, you just left click in the column heading. Guess what? That doesn't work in this screen. I don't know why, but it's easy enough. If you click options, the two ways I like to sort the reorder pad are hits. So let me do that first. And I'm just going to grab this hits column so I can get everything on my screen. Just going to drag that over here. So hits is showing me how frequently the customer purchased the product, and I've got it in descending order now. So these air filters and the other stuff you see at the top of the screen is what they've purchased most frequently overall. Since it is the reorder pad, I can enter quantities to the left of the products, and when I close out of the screen, it'll pull it into the sales order. The other way I like to sort this is options, sort, descending last date. So hits was really looking at, I'll say, the last 3 months trend for each product. Descending is just going to show me what they bought most recently, and they bought some stuff today. And then it goes, as you go down, you're going further back in history. Something else with the reorder pad, notice it says page 1 of 97. This one you have to click page down. You can't do, let me double check. Nope, you can't do continuous scrolling. Still pretty useful though. Again, if you see a product you want to pull into the order, you just enter a quantity next to it, and then when you close out, it'll pull those products into your order. Okay, one more thing I want to show you, and then we'll open it up for Q&A and discussion. Customer item inventory history. If you don't have it on your toolbar, you can also right-click on a product, inquiries, kind of chopping off the screen, customer item inventory history. So this shows for the product you selected for that customer, Will Grow Services, it's showing all the sales for that product. I don't know how far back it goes, but it goes back pretty far. This screen, for whatever reason, puts the most recent transactions at the bottom of the screen. And you do have a couple choices in your views, hitting that magnifying glass over there. For example, if you want to see PO numbers, their PO numbers. Another view, you can see selling price and cost and GP. That's all I got. So let me give you guys the ability to unmute yourselves, and then we can open it up. 1 second, please. Okay, you should now be able to unmute. Aaron, say something.
I got nothing. I like the MITs. It was very quick, and it gives you a lot of data with minimal effort.
Agreed. MITs, you can go very deep and get a lot of info, but also in a couple of minutes you can quickly see a lot of stuff. You don't have to be a rocket scientist and know everything with MITs to get a lot of use out of it. Is there anything that you guys use in Eclipse that I didn't show? Again, like where we're focused on one customer and we're wanting to, kind of see their sales trends with us.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know we love that reorder pad feature. It's great for you don't have to remember all the customers' little quirks about like what kind of stand do they like. So when they order and they just say, send me the line set and stands and everything, you can just go into their history and see which ones they've ordered in the past, and that way you don't mess it up. So that's a great feature.
Yeah, I feel like, and it happens to me too. I feel like folks tend to forget about the reorder pad. That's what. That's why for my toolbar, I made it kind of prominent, so I see it all the time. But for some reason, people tend to forget about it.
Even, that's the first time, Matt, that I've looked at the customer item inventory history. That's a good tool. If you're doing warranties, like let's say somebody's always using the same thermostat, it'll help you look back at the time frame of when that customer order, that particular one that you're looking for. I think there's a lot of good uses out of that screen. I'd never actually opened that up before.
Awesome.